Yeah, I mean, obviously, we suppose from an operational perspective, we tend to fall into two camps. We'll help with the design piece. We'll work with architects like John on different schemes. We've had schemes come across our desk that Ian's worked on as well. So you can often see when somebody's had hold of a scheme that really understands how it's going to end up operating, which is ultimately what you want as an operator, because otherwise you can be living with mistakes because people are just doing things how they've always done them, which is it's not ideal or not optimal, shall I say. And I think, as you say, sort of an office to resi conversion, the Keel was a very early iteration. It's probably, if we're going on a 0 to 3.5 scale, we're probably at 1.0 of the Keel. And it had a number of advantages, I suppose, in so much as because it was an office to resi conversion, there was a degree of flexibility of the space when we took over management a couple of years ago. So we've been able to sort of take it from a site that was fairly sort of basic in terms of sort of lobby amenity. It's more like a waiting zone, and we've been able to turn that into a co-working space. So it's an area for residents to come down, and they'll use it during the day as a place to work and then in the evening to socialise. And I think that flexibility of design is really important. When we look at the sort of the HomeViews scores, it's what's interesting, as you sort of talked about value before, we're seeing value from 2021 moving into 2022, probably going up by half a point there on a 5-point scale. So it's quite significant that. But then overall sort of customer satisfaction is also going up. So it's value and it's customer satisfaction, and all the time we're in a rising market where rents are being pushed as well. So it's ultimately this stuff comes back to, if your customer's happy, your scheme's probably going to be doing quite well financially as well. So that's on a sort of a larger scale, sort of project-driven basis, which requires quite a bit of sort of capital investment. But then there's sort of those marginal gains that you'll see very early, where if you're getting a HomeViews submissions coming in from customers saying, actually, we'd quite like you to have access control on the lift. That's the sort of thing that will quite often get feed out of a design. And we've had schemes where we've had a couple of reviews in. The reviews haven't been negative, but they've referred to this improvement that they'd like to see. And that gives you an opportunity to tell your customer that we're listening to you, we've made this change. And actually, if you communicate it in the right way, you're much more likely to start to see those positive reviews coming through. So it's an amazing customer engagement tool. It's fantastic, and I think it's one of the reasons why our schemes are successful, is because we do try to embed that culture of listening to your customer.